Hello everyone, and welcome to How to Plan a Killer Text Response Essay. Today we are going to focus our analysis on the novel Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. We are going to use the Inside Guide for Year 12 by Robert Beardwood as a reference for how to plan an essay, along with the Collective Genius of Us, a study guides. To plan a killer essay, you first need to focus on the topic itself, and our topic for today is Survival is Insufficient. How does Mandel show that there is more to life than just survival? So step 1, we need to scrutinize the question. You know that keywords are, well, key, but have you ever tried defining them? In the exam, you are allowed a dictionary, so start practicing. They aren't just an ancient relic of the past. These can add clarity to your ideas and ensure your plan has an excellent contention. Looking at our topic here, we have highlighted our keywords, which are survival is insufficient, the quote of the question, the how, and more to life than survival. In this case, I'm going to define the word survival. Survival means the state or fact of continuing to live or exist, typically in spite of an accident, ordeal, or difficult circumstance. Now we need to continue our scrutiny in step 2, question time. In our topic, it is really important to interrogate the question, and this means look at it from all angles, question any assumptions, and test said assumptions by thinking of lots of examples that support or rebut the idea. Simply agreeing with something straight up isn't going to produce a relevant and detailed analysis. Most of the time in the examiner's report, they talk about how vague a lot of our responses are. And yeah, we want to avoid that. So ask yourself the following questions and commit them to memory. Is there something in the question that is an assumption? Do I agree or disagree with it, and why? Are there statements in there that are extreme, such as always, most, never, only? Who says the quote in the question, if there is a quote, and why is it important? And does the question ask me how? So let's start first up with an assumption. An assumption is defined as a thing that is accepted as true. It's a good idea to identify this pretty quickly. In this case, the assumption is the author says that survival is insufficient. Next step, is there a quote in the question? Well, yep, you need to label who says it and why, because this is really, really important. Don't be shy about the quote topics. They are actually a gift because they give you a starting point on how to tackle your essay. In this case, the quote mentioned in the topic, survival is insufficient, is tattooed on the arm of one of our main characters, Kirsten, and also appears on the side of the symphony's caravans. I'm sensing some big ideas here. Now that we have answered the first few questions, we need to focus on the how. How means, how does the author present their idea? And it kind of trips people up all the time because we don't actually go in deep enough. When a question says how, it asks you to look at the following: the stage directions if you are studying a play, character development, characterization, and particularly the impact of the setting on the character, symbols and motifs, narrative voice or views and values of the narrator, the text structure, so if you're doing a film, what structure is involved there, graphic novels, autobiographies, etc., and finally the setting. You should note down what you think is the most important here. In the case of our topic, I'm going to focus on characterization, character development, and narrative voice. And that will tackle or help me tackle the how of my question. Okay, we're kind of halfway there. Now you need to develop your assumption into a contention. I like to get my Vicky Pollard on from Little Britain. If you have no idea what that reference is, YouTube it. You will not be disappointed. Just to recap, our assumption was the author says that survival is insufficient. You need to say to yourself, with this assumption, do I agree or do I disagree? But we can't stop here. We need to then add a but or an and or a mixture of both to flesh out this idea. This is absolute gold in an essay. So let's put it all together. Yes, I agree that Mandel thinks survival is insufficient. And I think she does this by using specific characters and themes. And she does this to develop her core view that survival is not enough, both in life and in an apocalypse. By answering these in reading time, or in the first 5 minutes of your planning time, you're well on your way to acing your plan and creating an awesome essay. Make like Vicky and keep repeating and or but until you have fully developed a contention. Now to really ace it and to ramp it up that little bit more, you need to develop your plan in our last step, which we like to call the Magic 4. And that's to consider relevant themes, relevant character development, relevant symbols and motifs, and a big picture overview of the text. You need to be showing the examiner that you understand the world of the text. Have any questions or ideas? Comment below on what you would like to see next. And stay tuned for part 2, how to write an ACE text response essay.